we are starting the event. It is going live streamed as well. Thank you all for joining. Saujanya? Saujanya, are you ready? Saujanya? Saujanya? Hello, Saujanya? Ma'am, I'm just waiting for Saujanya. She's unable to unmute.
Ma'am, looks like she left the meeting, ma'am. Maybe, some technical issue. We'll just wait for a minute, ma'am.
Rupa, you'll have to unmute Saujanya.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Maybe too many hosts, she got muted. You can recheck and unmute the guests as we proceed.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So we shall start the proceedings. Saujanya, are you able to unmute?
Oh, ma'am. Yeah, now I'm able to do it, ma'am. I got it.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Saujanya. So a very warm welcome to all the participants on a November winter evening to a week-long national level virtual FDP on recent trends in commerce and industry. As we start the day's proceedings, let's first invoke God's blessings. May I invite my colleague, Dr. Saujanya, for the Bible reading.
A warm good evening to one and all. Today's Bible reading is taken from Proverbs 2nd chapter, verses 6 to 10. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth comes understanding and knowledge. He holds success in store for the upright. He is a shield to those who walk is blameless. For he guards the cover of the just and protects the ways of his faithful ones. Then you will understand what is right and just and fair, every good path. For wisdom will enter into your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. May the God add his blessings upon this reading. Thanks be to God.
Thank you, Saujanya.
Welcome.
May I now invite the dignitaries, Dr. Sister P. Amrita, Princess St.Ann's College for Women, Reverend Sister Valangani, Principal St. Pius, Degree and PG College, Dr. Smita Astana, Ma'am, Dean Academics and IQAC Coordinator, our resource person for the day one, Ms. Kiruba Nagini, Faculty and Trainer from Miles Education, to do the honors to ignite the light of knowledge with the virtual lighting of the lamp. Thank you all. So now I invite our beloved sister, Dr. Sister P. Amrita, Principal St.Anne's College for Women, Educational Counselor for the province of St.Ann. Educational qualifications include MSc Math, a PGDCA from Hyderabad Central University, MPhil and a PhD from Osmania University. Sister has to her credit several published papers in national and international journals, has received several awards, and the latest being Devang Mehta Award for her excellence in education. May I request Sister Principal to give her welcome address.
Good evening, everyone. A warm greetings and welcome to the inaugural of 6-day national level FDP and recent trends in industry and commerce, organized by the Department of Commerce and IQAC St.Anne's College for Women in collaboration with IQAC St. Pius Degree and PG College for Women, Patnacharam. I understand this FDP is organized to deliberate and comprehend emerging trends in industry and commerce in light of volatile and uncertain business environment. In this backdrop, the Department of Commerce, with the motto Quest for Excellence, constantly strives to update the faculty with the dynamics of the business world by organizing such programs that meet the intellectual appetite. I extend my warm welcome to our partners, Principal of St. Pius Degree and PG College, Reverend Sister Velangini, and her team. We welcome Ms. Kiruba Nagini R, MCA, MBA researcher, trainer, data analytics, Miles Education, Chennai. Thank you, madam, for making time out to be with us and share your insights. Welcome to St. Anne's. We are happy to have with us Mrs. Mahesh Balakrishna, angel investor in a digital marketing company, Singapore. Mr. Vijay Kumar, CSR professional, Sequest Capital, Hyderabad. CAKV Ramachandra Rao, expert accounting and finance, virtual FCO and outsourcing. CMA P. Sai Manikanta, founder and trainer, CFO, who accepted our invitation to deliver on recent trends in industry and commerce. I also welcome all the virtual participants from all over India who have joined for this national level FDP. An institution remains excellent only by constantly recognizing that it must do even better. And last 39 years have marked our vision to remain focused towards our goal of creating globally competent young women with an A+ grade by NAC in third cycle, ISO certified, college with potential for excellence, and a mentor institution status by UGC, a relentless focus and improvement is central to the college mission to improve the lives of our students, the society, and future generations through higher education. I appreciate Department of Commerce of both the colleges for arranging this FDP to improve our knowledge in dynamic subjects. For us, our biggest investment is in creating quality students, and our asset is the faculty. Let us learn something more today. All the best. Have nice days of 6. Go ahead. God will be with you, and God bless you all. Thank you, everyone.
Sister, please declare the event open.
I declare the FDP open.
Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. A green greeting to you. And thank you for the nice words, sister. Hope this FDP will be enriching and upskilling our knowledge in the days to come so that we will be able to equip our students as well. Thank you, sister. Now, I take the privilege of inviting Reverend Sister B. Velangani Kumari, Principal St. Pius ex-degree and PG College for Women. She's a member, Congregation of the Catechist Sisters of St.Ann, Hyderabad. Sister holds a postgraduate degree and MPhil in English Literature and is awaiting her PhD, Viva, member of many professional bodies. And sister is also the regional vice president of Xavier Board, director of UGC Paramash scheme to mentor 6 colleges. And a major project also has been received under the ICSSR. Also published several papers in national and international journals, recipient of many awards like the Education Leadership Award as principal from Devang Mehta National Education Award, Outstanding Industry and Academic Contributor, the nomenclature for the award. Thank you, sister, for accepting our invitation to be amidst us. Madam Nagalakshmi, are you there? Sister has joined, or would you be talking on her behalf? Nagalakshmi, madam?
All?
Madam, please.
Yeah. This is Nagalakshmi, Head Department of Commerce, St. Pius 10 Degree and PG College for Women. On behalf of our college, management, and the Department of Commerce, I welcome all the dignitaries, and we are very happy to share the platform along with a well-established college like yours, ma'am. So both St. Anne's, Mehdipatnam and St. Pius College, with more than 25 years of establishment, and both the colleges being NAAC A+ graded colleges, we have a strong hold teaching commerce for the past 25 years, and we are collaborating for a fruitful FDP program. So I extend my warm greetings to all the participants for this enriching academic and intellectual environment. I wish this FDP will provide all the participants enough opportunities to learn and upgrade the skills. So wishing all the best with all the best regards. Thank you all.
Please greet on behalf of St. Anne's College. Please share our happiness. Though sister is not amongst us, we are grateful. Sister has enabled this MOU event. Please share our happiness and greetings from the Department of Commerce.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving forward, we have with us our Dean Academics IQAC Coordinator, Dr. Smita Asthana. She will deliver the presidential address. To introduce ma'am. Ma'am is an associate professor in chemistry, has completed a PhD from Delhi University and a master's from IIT Roorkee. She is an eminent resource person in several academic events across the country on quality in higher education, autonomy, assessment, and accreditation. She has authored 5 books and many publications in national and international journals. Ma'am has received several awards, one of the most coveted and prestigious award being the Telangana State Meritorious Teacher Award, and has several other credentials to herself. Thank you, ma'am, for accepting our invitation to be here. Request you to deliver the presidential address.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Anuradha. It's my absolute pleasure to be present here at this wonderful dynamic conference, FDP. The only thing is I'm so ignorant about your subject, but the whole world talks only about industry and commerce. So I think you people belong to fantastic departments. I feel very envious that what a dynamic field it is, and how everyday newspaper, news channel, the news is only about the growth of industry, or is there recession going to happen, or everything is connected with commerce and industry. So my congratulations first to be belonging to such wonderful department, such dynamic department, and heartiest welcome to all the participants from different states of India. It is very wonderful that for FDP, so many members have come forward. That is excellent. St.Ann's always has a vision, and the main fulcrum focus of our vision is women empowerment through academic excellence, skill enhancement, and spiritual and virtual improvement, to make all this and complete holistic development of women. Seminars, conferences, FDPs are a way of life at St.Anne's, and every other day some or the other event is happening, and we always welcome participants pan-India. We are also mentored institutions as per UGC scheme for 6 colleges. However, we have a cell, mentor cell stamp, which opens the doors to all the colleges anywhere. You are welcome to reach out to us. You are welcome to partner with us, and we'll be very happy to extend any help that we can to any of the upcoming departments or established departments to partner. Now that we are slowly emerging out of pandemic period, we can look back and count some small blessings also. One is our expertise or comfort level in online medium. At any other time, such a thing would have been so impossible to coordinate, to call people. Everybody is tech expert and everybody is able to reach wide. The whole World Wide Web is open for us to network, to collaborate, to partner. That is one of the gifts of the unfortunate time that we have gone through. So we have to take it forward. We have to move forward, and let us get back to the challenges that now it is presenting. So once again, I welcome all the distinguished resource persons. Their subject, their expertise seems to be so good. And again, I'm feeling sorry for my ignorance about your wonderful subject, but let me also learn something. And I want to congratulate Department of Commerce of St.Anne's College as well as St. Pius College. And I welcome all the members once again. Hope all of you will have a wonderful time at this pleasant evenings every day. All the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for those encouraging words. Looking upon you all the time for your support and encouragement. And once again, thank you for those nice words. Warm greetings from the Department of Commerce. Virtual greetings though. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Real happiness. Greetings are
Thank you,
virtual, but happiness is real.
Thank you, ma'am. So moving ahead, we shall be talking about the preamble of the Manasa institutional MOU, which will be spoken by, which will be taken up by Dr. Suma Reddy, the Manasa coordinator from St.Anne's College for Women. Suma?
Yes, ma'am. Warm greetings. To talk about Manasa, MOUs and networking at St.Anne's, partnering with MOU colleges will enhance academic skills and create opportunities across institutions. The motto of Manasa is to enrich, expand, and empower. The vision of Manasa, exchange of learned experience for mutual benefit and growth of institutions. The mission, connecting students, sharing and strengthening knowledge and creating opportunities across institutions. The objectives are providing the intercollegiate exposure of the highest standard by integrating traditional and innovative practices, create a platform for students to explore their quest for the latest in the field of their choice, equip students with skills needed to adopt better to challenging and uncertain global scenarios, provide inclusive education and exposure by sharing knowledge and platform for sustainable education. Lastly, inculcate strong belief in synergy through institutional collaborations. Thank you, ma'am. This is about Manasa, about St. Anne's institutional MOUs.
Thank you, Suma. As we proceed, let me introduce myself. I'm Mrs. Anuradha, Head Department of Commerce at St. Anne's College for Women. One of the biggest departments in the college, started in 1983. We run 6 programs in Become General, Foreign Trade, Business Analytics, Business Process Management, a tie-up with the industry leaders like TCS. We also offer an integrated program in CMA, and we also have computer applications, one of our pioneering departments at the college. So it is exclusively for the women. It is a women's empowering department, always waiting to grab the latest opportunities. So to continue with the session on the FDP's topic for today, I would like to speak a few words on the FDP. The global pandemic, geopolitical situation, supply chain management issues have alerted the way business is done over the last 2 years. Organizations are forced to keeping with the changing times and need support on what they do. Organizations are constantly hiring professionals who can focus on outcome-driven and help in informed decision-making. The Forbes Business Development Council has weighed in several hottest business trends that early business professionals should consider and onboard skilled individuals to achieve their overall mission and drive success for the business. Fractional C-suite services, AI augmented virtual reality, retail media networks, fintech platforms, cybersecurity, digital audio, edtech, growing healthcare services, food supply chain solutions, clean, blue, and green technologies, advertising, and consultancy. To confirm with the needs of the ever-dynamic industry, the Department of Commerce has conceptualized the FDP on few pertinent emerging topics: RPA, robotic process automation, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, the ABCDs of FinTechnologies, EdTech, digital marketing, clean technologies, ethical investing, and on the impact of changing scope of auditing in days, accounting and finance. So to familiarize the academia and the students on what's in the industry for them. So to conclude, the aptly said quote of Bill Gates, co-founder Microsoft: the advance of technology is based on making it fit so that you don't really even notice it. So it's part of everyday's life. So with the aim, the FDP is aimed at taking us along with the emerging and changing times and not to be left behind. So with these few words, not to delay the proceedings, I call upon the resource person for today. Warm greetings to her, Kiruba Madam. Let me introduce Madam to all of you. Ms. Kiruba Nagini is an MCA and MBA researcher and a trainer in data analytics from the Miles Education, Chennai. She holds greetings to you, ma'am. She holds several qualifications, and her experience has been vast. And she's also been an academic associate for the cost and management accountants. She has been virtually in contact with several developers, and she's an academic associate with CMA, with the Middlesex University US Business School, University of Southampton, UK, Out of 515 applicants from 12 countries, she was one of the 14 academic associates selected, and she has developed presentations and she's a reviewer to the content developed by other associates, and she has also evaluated them across for all the members in the project. She's an assistant professor, computer applications and management, a technical trainer for placements, and her areas of interest includes data science, machine learning, Python programming, data analytics. She's also a professional consultant in subject matter of upgrad online degree courses, a CSR consultant at the Infinity Social Welfare and Research Foundation, Chennai. She's also cleared her net. She's pursuing her PhD. She's a master's in computer applications, a bachelor's in business administration, internationally certified trainer in business analytics, and she has got several research works, which is she's presented 14, and few of them are Scopus indexed. She's got national journals, 5 in the much coveted UGC Care listed, and edited books and chapters in international books 1 and 2 of the national series. And she's also having few of her publications yet to be published in the international journals, and their acceptance has been received. She's she gives her invited talks in several colleges at St.Ann College, Mangalore, Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan Engineering College, and in Gnanam Business School, Tanjavur, ITM Business School, Chennai, the Mana Quest, she's a special judge, and she's also into EdTech analytics, and she has also conducted several workshops. And we are into the topic RPA today, robotic process automation. So day 1 proceedings. May I invite Kiruba ma'am? Madam.
Thank you so much for the extended warm welcome from the department and the entire learning community. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, you're on mute, Kiruba ma'am.
Okay. I think someone has muted me. Okay, so it's a very great pleasure to join you in this particular faculty development program. And nevertheless, it's not going to be very technical, because I understand that the people are from commerce and management background. And these topics like RBA and ABCD are going to be related to few technical fields or disciplines that are still evolving. And financial analytics, which is being the base of commerce right today. And we will be going on with the certain information related to RPA, related to the future trends in the RPA right now. And we will be going through the blockchain concepts and how blockchain has been evolving through these years and how India is looking at it. And then we will be moving on to the cryptocurrencies, how are they developed, what are the platforms that we use to develop them. Then finally, the data analytics. And data analytics, it's an emerging term. It has been emerging, like it has been there till the period when statistics has started, but still we have it still evolving with the support of computers, with the support of software, with the support of data collecting techniques, which are worldwide available right now through software, right? Not even the manual methods that we were using earlier. These are going to be the topics that I'm going to cover today. And finally, we will be pitching upon few topics which are highly technical and still they are emerging, and how they are going to be applicable to the industry related to commerce and management. So that's how I have planned for this session. And I seek the permission from you to share my PPT.
Yes, ma'am. Please check if you could start sharing. You're the co-host.
Is it visible?
Not yet, ma'am.
One second.
Yeah, it is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Yes. So these are the topics, and I must be very thankful to Miles Education for really showing me this opportunity to share all this information with you. And most of us, we are very much related to this word data, right? And all these words, whatever you see on the screen, like automation, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and data analytics, these are all related to that single word data, right? So unless we have data into our system, we are not going to have any of these topics possible today in this world. So right from the beginning of what is this related to automation till the data analytics, which has been emerging throughout this period, we will be going on how this automation has really taken up, right? So I remember this particular topic, like automation, really started somewhere around 1980s. When computers came into India, we were all looking at how these things are going to be automated, and the commercial steps, right, related to business world. I think it is going to be the final step where every particular technology which is getting introduced is ending up with, because the major society is almost related only to business. Okay, now see, most of us are not scientists, most of us are not going to be the researchers, but people are going to be the users of this technology, right? So these technologies, whichever have evolved through this periods, like right from the Industrial Revolution, may quote the year, right, from the Industrial Revolution, which has started after the World War I, we are on the pace of really automating everything, where we started with the machinery, right? And then slowly, after some 5 to 6 decades, probably some 5 to 6 centuries, right? Centuries, we ended up creating one particular computer, and automation started from that. So connecting all these steps, all the tasks that are prevalent in all the business, I mean, the entities which are present, okay, the industries which are present today, right? Initially, they started with some manufacturing industry, and then they moved on to the trading section, and then finally we are now having one particular QR code with every small petty shop owner, right? You go to a fruit vendor, he has a QR code, and you go to any flower vendor, he or she has a QR code there. So finally, it has been, if it has not been accessible to different segments of the population right now, right then, has become accessible to everybody right now. All right, so that is, I would say, that would be the success of automation everywhere. All right, so how has it been how has it become possible for all these industries, right? Not only the major industries like automobiles, or let us take any production industry, right? Like medicine, pharma. Okay, so all these people, they have all come up with very big requirements in their areas. But still, what is that a requirement for a lean, lean manufacturing, like any layman person, okay? What was the requirement for a shopkeeper, a sole proprietor? So the requirement which was there in a very mega picture, right? It really filtered down to one single person who has, and even the shops which are mobile today, they have this automation, right? So this is being the path, okay, the path in which actually the automation has traveled is being pictured here. See, automation, it all started with the automation because we have the topic called RPA, right? And ABCD. So even though we have this automation, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and data analytics as an acronym formed with ABCD, we may not be going in that pattern, because automation and the data analytics, they evolved one by one, right? Then based upon this data analytics only, we moved on to data science, under which this blockchain and the cryptocurrency which is used in the blockchain emerged. So that this is how actually the process actually came up. So we will be but going on with the ABCD topics, right? So where we start with this RPA. So robotic process automation, if my memory is correct, it has started in the late 90s, okay, late 90s. To be specific, in the year 1995, when the algorithms and the mechanisms for really automating something using robotics, okay, not the automation alone, which we use these computers printing the bills and those things. No, I'm not talking about that, but the robots, okay, the robots which we really deploy at the manufacturing places, right? So those things actually started emerging in the late 1995. And then till 2000, I remember they were emerging, and the algorithms, like I still remember the very first algorithm that was published as the algorithm related to artificial intelligence. And I must tell you that RPA, robotic process automation, is one of the technologies which are under the umbrella term artificial intelligence, right? So because we feed our information, whatever we know, or whatever we have as a knowledge about that particular area, whichever specific thing it is, like management, maintenance, or whatnot. Okay, so all these, even the legal systems, right? So all this information, whichever we know, are really fed into it. So robots are not going to be very flexible, or they are not going to be doing anything related to decision making and all such things. So they are just going to be the entities, whichever we frame in the form of, and they are going to be accomplishing the task that we give them, right? So RPA is just going to be what do we call, the avatar of one particular repetitive task that we do daily and get bored, right? So once if we are not able to sustain with that boredom, we think about some methodology to get rid of that boredom and be creative in our works, right? So that was the starting point of having this automation. And these robotic process automation and the robots that we developed, okay, these got deployed in the workplaces. I hope I was working with Hyundai Hyundai Motors India Limited for my internship there, MBA internship, and that's where I saw the real implementation of all the robots. Really, they have all the assembly lines going, and at both the sides of the assembly lines, they have all robots, really placing them the spare parts and then removing the trays, and they come, like, they have a very manless machines, right? If you go in front of them, they stop. It was awesome to look at that particular point of time. Within that factory and in the assembly unit and in the engine room and in the paint room, you should see how these robots really roam around. And wherever, you can't have the human interaction, these robots are the best solutions that this universe could ever have. Like, I have one specific point to be noted there. Like in HMIL, I saw that inside the paint shop, even the people, human beings, whoever is posted there, they are not allowed to when the car gets painted. Okay, because it all releases some sort of obnoxious gases, and it is harmful to the human beings to inhale, and so they are not permitted inside. But robots are there. Okay, they check whether all the components are getting painted properly. They go on a twist and turn procedure within the paint tanks. It's not like we have a dispensing machine and we paint the car. It's like they have tanks of paints filled, and these robots go for revolving and rotating all the components whichever have to be painted into those tanks, and they lift and they shift the components to the next place, okay, where they get dried off by air. So that was one amazing implementation I would ever say that I have seen using these robots. And the next best example that we can't really see by our own eyes are related to the space missions. So, right, this Voyager 1 and 2, isn't it? They have crossed the interstellar space, completely robotic in nature. They still send pictures to us. And now James Webb Space, oh my God, you should know, you should have seen the pictures it has sent so far. No, wonderful pictures, very colorful, very magnetic to look at, right? You can't even, there was one picture which I couldn't take my eyes off, like with concentric circles emerging from one particular place. It's bursting out of all those energies, the electrons, whoever knows. Okay, all those particles, scientific names they give for all those particles. Okay, so such sort of things have all become possible to this human society. Okay, so that possibility has been made real by this robotic process automation. It's not that only we see the implementations eye to eye, right, before you, but wherever we couldn't see also, these are the entities which go in lieu of us, right, instead of us, and then check out what is there and tell us what is actually happening there, right? So all these processes, let us even talk about the continent which has been submerged and found during this process of exploring something under the earth, right? And they have found out that there are numerous volcanoes really lying live and extinct both, right, under the seabed. So all these things, right, all the what miraculous and whatever human beings cannot explore are being made possible to the human society. We get to know about all these things because of these robots, right? And every machine, like every machine that is getting fit into every part of a very big machine is going to be a robot. So it's not that what we see as humanoids, what we see in movie Yendran is not going to be the only implementation, right? And you could have watched in the older movies, you know, where you have this hero villain subjects. The villain will be having a what do you call, the iron hand, right? They will be having iron fingers from where they will be executing their orders. So these are all the predecessors of robotics, I would say, right? So they will be having some switches in those fingers, electronic fingers or electrical fingers, whatever they have really made it of. And we can see those instructions getting passed there and it opens and all such things happen. So this has been the scenario, like what is possible to the human and what is impossible to the human have become possible altogether because of this robotic process automation. And beyond that, right, beyond that, is it sufficient to have only robotic process automation? So that has become a million-dollar question to the scientific, the group of scientists who always keep on researching all these things and come up with the new information, right? And it is their lifetime achievement that they always come with the new algorithms, new patterns, okay, and then new machinoids, new humanoids, all these things accomplishing something. So that is where these people are not content with only the knowledge that we have really supplied to the machines that they work. Okay, so what is to be done there? Right? So there comes the next point, which is called as the intelligent automation system. Okay, so we have this word intelligence. We talk about business intelligence, digital transformation, and we talk about very simple technique. We have this intelligence bureau, right? Central Intelligence Bureau. What is that actually? So we will be having set of data, set of information, right? These things will be revealing something, but we will not be able to see it directly. We'll have to put in some sort of efforts into that to segregate what information it actually reveals to you, right? So that is really a human effort that has happened so far as a human effort. But today you see these intelligent automation systems, they have always been like designed like these are going to have the entire decision-making property with them. Okay, so this is not going to be just the robotic automation, process automation systems, which are going to have only the fed information, okay, into them, but they are going to be having some database and some queries, and they mix match them and find out what is to be done in the next point. Okay, so the very application where you see all these things have become in the expert systems, right? I hope you have heard this word expert systems. Expert systems, let me tell you that these are the systems where the entire knowledge of one particular industry is put into one software or application that you say, right? And people go to it, they ask their queries, and it replies to you, right? Like you have the chatbots in all the websites today, right? But still, there is a difference between those chatbots that are getting implemented there in the websites, the expert system, and the intelligent automation system, right? See, the chatbots, as we all say, they are the software avatars of these robotic process automation systems, right? By robotic process automation systems, we mean only the physical robots, right? But when we come out with the soft version of it, it is called the chatbot, or whatever bot you have to name it. It is a bot, but you affix some name along with that, and it becomes the nomenclature for that particular industry, right? So if it is going to give you some, if you're going to give it some questions, and if it is going to answer you something, then it becomes a chatbot, right? But when it is related to some other processes, like in a HR process, when an employee wants to apply for a leave, or when he wants to go for applying for a promotion, something like that, or performance appraisal, something like that, it again becomes a repetitive task, and so it's not going to be an intelligent automated system. So whenever the word, the decision making is attached to a robot, okay, whenever the word decision making is getting attached to a soft version of a bot, then it becomes an intelligent automation system. Okay, so that is where we pack every information that we know, the entire knowledge that we know related to one particular industry, into one particular set, puts it into that particular system, automation system. Okay, then keep on running it, right? At one point of time, it may be serving as a robotic process automation system, and at another point of time, it may be acting as an intelligent automation system. So when you require some information which is already present, like your frequently asked questions section of any website that you pass through, this is going to behave like a robot, okay, like a chatbot. But when you want to have a decision from them, like, see, for example, you get into any jewelry shop, website of any jewelry shop, okay, you have one particular option where you see, personally, you can wear it on the virtual screen. Okay, so that sort of interaction, like how can possible, no? We were all thinking about how can this be possible, and that suggestion, so this is fine for you, and this looks good on you, this does not match your skin tone. Okay, so such sort of decisions are being displayed nowadays. So how is this getting done? Is through this intelligent automation system. So we try to have all the ifs and thens into the same system, and then we feed it with the top-notch information to take decisions. Okay, so that is going to be the next step. Doing whatever is going to be the execution, and decision making is going to be the next step, isn't it? So intelligent automation systems has these are the systems which are traveled from the RPA, and they have landed up or shifted to the other area of strategy making, right? So this is where the intelligent automation systems are really playing a very fluid picture in the every organization or the business or the industry, I would say, right? The hyper automation systems, the next is the like, it is not going to be intelligent, but hyper automation systems are going to be the robotic process automation systems scaled very high. Okay, if this RPA is going to, these robots are going to work at some 1 nanosecond per task, these are going to do like 100 tasks per nanosecond. So that is going to be the efficiency of this hyper automation systems. So wherever it is not possible to really record using the RPA, we are going to do it with hyper automation systems. So with this nanotechnology, right, that is the base for all these things. With this onset of the nanotechnology, we have reduced the size but increased the efficiency of everything. And this is what is happening in the hyper automation systems also. So with the robo like which you see on the screen right now, if it was serving some 100 people per minute, now it can go and serve 1,000 people per minute, like the questions, right? And the users, okay, the increase in the number of users on all the online platforms, wherever you go, right? You go to any shopping platform, you go to any academic platform, which where no people really come in the earlier days. Now you go and see so many people are getting registered, and then they go on for all these things, right? All the very interesting areas, industries, and the mundane areas, like whatever is happening there will be happening there without any changes at all. So that is all those industries, they have also become very busy because of this hyper automation systems. So nowadays, we know all the students, we tell them to take up certifications, entire class goes into that, isn't it? So it's not that only the 40 people or 60 people who register from our class are the only audience for that particular, they have the global audience, right? Everybody registering into that particular subject. And then you can see like lakhs and lakhs of people attending the same session at one instant, right? Like we have this session being telecasted or streamed in YouTube right now, with many people who could not get into Zoom are going to watch through the YouTube channel. These hyper automation systems gives us a different way. Okay, it is going to give us a different platform to really extend our services, right? What was done for 100 people is now going to be done for 1,000 people. So very high scaling, right? But with the reduced size of systems, reduced size of all the infrastructure requirements, everything, right? So those are the hyper automation systems. Let me now come to this one. Metaverse, a very beautiful concept, right? I hope you would have heard about the mobile applications which are going to give you the experience of a 3D human touch. Okay, if at all you haven't heard so far, please take it from me that you are going to have mobile systems using which you will be able to virtually touch the person you're going to talk to. Okay, it's like if I'm talking to you right now, if you want to shake hands with me, I can just extend my hand from my mobile. You can use the same application, extend your hand, and you will feel my hand. Okay, so that is going to be the future of this world, which are based upon, okay, two different techniques or technologies, which are called the augmented reality and the virtual reality. Okay, so virtual reality, I would say they are most probably used for the training sessions. Like when you have a pilot, the pilot will be put into one particular area, like a cockpit, right? He will be trained there. Will not be going to the real flight or helicopter which he or she has to operate, but still they will be having the entire setup like that, and they can go for having the training there. Nowadays, you see even the car driving schools, they have this virtual reality centers. Okay, like you need not have the real cars to be hired to learn driving. You can just go sit in that driving school, and then there will be one particular place where you will be given a machine sort of thing, like people play the video games, right? You will also be given a car where the entire system will be a virtual reality system, and the place where you get trained is also situations and all the roads, the left and the right signals, everything. They have really made it into such a place. Okay, so this is going to be another what mind-boggling thing that we people are going to see, like some in 5 to 10 years. Okay, the metaverse. I hope it's not going to be a tough thing, because I think IIM, if I'm not wrong, Ahmedabad, it held its convocation process, right? The entire program with this metaverse, with this augmented reality. It has really created the images, or not the images, how would I say, the 3D models of the person, along with the 3D model of the president and the IIM people, the professors and all those people who are present there. And it was virtually conducted. They call out the name, and an animated figure walks into that platform to receive. See, when we aren't able to do something personally in that particular place, we had that privilege of looking into our own 3D model walking on the stage to receive the degree, right? So it was an awe-inspiring moment for every person at that particular B school. So this is the very, what would I say, very sentimental implementation of this particular augmented reality, I would say, because we have it for everything else, like for the data making, data decision making, data repositories, all these things. We have very big spaces which are digital all around you. You just have a what is that? What do we call a virtual screen? Okay, you will not be able to see the screen. It's not going to be physical. You can't touch it or feel it, but it's not tangible, right? But you can just select the options on the screen itself, gets displayed. Okay, the entire space around this, okay, is used for creating such sort of virtual platforms or virtual areas where people can really work on, right? So that becomes the metaverse. It's not the original universe in which we are really living in, but we are bringing in different virtual universes around us, who are not there with us, okay, who are really not there with us, but still we feel the presence of them as if they are there with us, right? So that is how the metaverse is getting defined right now. And the redefinement, right, the redefinement of how this metaverse is getting used in the business process, right? Business processes is just evolving. Okay, how could a customer really feel a product? We always have this tendency of feeling the product and buying it, and it was missing in case of these virtual platforms. When we go for buying something using this Amazon or Flipkart or whatever platforms we have, right? But now you see, when we have one particular application which is going to really show you how this component is going to be placed there in your room, or how big it can be really looking, or how matching it looks to your environment, okay, related to the jewelry, how good it looks on you, or how that selection of dresses. I think in most of the advertisements, we people would have come across it. So you touch that particular dress, you will the image changes, and you click on the next what attire you have chosen, and your look changes, right? So all these are related to this particular metaverse, and it is growing like anything, like exponential growth is getting happening there in this metaverse, right? People who are capable of coding this metaverse are becoming the top-notch coders, top-notch developers nowadays, right? Then process mining. So this is going to be another very important area where we try to reduce the time taken for every process, right? I think the operations people would really nod my view about this. So if you take some 10 minutes to complete one particular process, and if you're capable of packing it into 6 minutes, saving 4 minutes per process is going to be a huge profit for the organization. So that is how the process mining is going to be a very talk of the town in the next 5 to 10 years, because with the onset of this hyper automation systems, which is going to support this process mining. Okay, so how do you serve 1,000 people where in the place you have served just 100 people? You need that shortening up of that particular process or the task. So definitely this process mining is going to back all the automation systems that you're going to come up, right? Then the intelligent document processing, right? Earlier we had this digital documents getting uploaded, human beings verify it, and then we go for some online signature, digital signatures affixed to it, and then we pass on the documents yes or no, verified or not, right? But these intelligent document processing systems, they are getting implemented at places where you need not have the interaction of people at all. Okay, so for example, if an organization is going to receive a lot many account receivables, right, the bills, the invoices and all such things, these intelligent document processing systems, they creep into the system. Okay, they creep into those documents, pick out all the information that is required for that particular document processing, and it takes decision upon it. Okay, say for example, you have some bought 1 million customers for your product, right? On a very particular day, out of these 1 million users, some 50 lakh people have really purchased your product, and you are supposed to generate the invoice, and how many people have to pay for it. And today, we have one more headache, which is called this BNPL, right? Buy now and pay later. This is going to really expand this process now. Okay, so we had the technique of purchase, pay, and then get the product. But now, it's going to be like you purchase it now and then pay later, isn't it? You give them a particular point of time to pay for it. But what happens? You have this 1 week time for the customer to operate that particular machine or use the object that they have purchased. Okay, if they're not satisfied, they can just give it back, right? Send it, return it. Now, the question arises, this is a great challenge in this document processing system right now. Say, for example, if I purchase a dress, okay, if I purchase a dress, tomorrow is say for example, tomorrow is my birthday, right? I go for purchasing a particular product like a gown or a churidar, whatever it is, on the online platform. They give me 1 week time for returning if I'm not satisfied with the product. And they give me this BNPL option also. You can pay later, right? Now, what will I do? I will go for purchasing that product. Cannot be said as a purchase often, isn't it? Only if we pay, it becomes a purchase. Even if it is going to be a credit purchase, there is going to be some percentage of money put in, right? But we have this option of getting that product entirely free of cost, right? Tomorrow I will celebrate my birthday. Next day I will return the product saying that I'm not satisfied with the product. Where does this BNPL come in now, right? Okay, who is going to be the loser? The company which has packed the product, shipped it to the customer, is going to receive the product again, but as a used product. They can't sell it as a fresh one also. So there are some challenges where we have this intelligent document processing coming in on all the what we call the developments that we have in this finance field, right? So those documents, okay, of the particular customer again have to be processed, and then we have to decide between whether to accept it or not to accept it. If at all it is going to be used for an entire day and it is returned, cannot be accepted. Just a tried and then, but how do people know, right? So there are questions, right? There are questions where people cannot answer right now, but I hope there will be some other technology emerging out, and we will be finding out whether the person has worn that particular dress for the entire day or for just an half an hour, or just tried upon the person himself or herself, right? So everywhere you go for finding out these things coming up in the life, they have some challenges, right? And the very wonderful challenge that we have always is related to this data security. Okay, data security is, I told you, all the 4 words that we saw in the first slide, they are all linked. They are all linked only because of this word data. right? And hoping this data security is going to be a very great challenge in all times. Okay. We really go for, I mean, the developers really go for having very wonderful security protocols getting developed, algorithms which are going tighter and tighter, right? Giving much more protection to the data, but people are there who hack it. Okay, so let us now come to the systems or the examples where all these things are happening right now, right? The intelligent automation systems. We have one particular example where we have this implementation done, this intelligent capture, right? Say for example, during the pandemic, okay, during the pandemic only I got, I hope you would have heard my profile. I got engaged with the upgrade. Okay, during this process where I was a HR consultant with them and the board of studies for confining the syllabus of financial accounting, we have to undergo a contract, right? The company's office is located in Bangalore and I was located at my native place, Tiruchirappalli. So to sign the contract, we need some platform, right? So in that particular platform, if you see, we have the PDF of the file or the contract getting uploaded, and wherever you have to sign it, okay, wherever you have to sign it, they create an integrated space, okay, integrated space where you can just go on drawing on that particular place. Okay, you have to draw using your touchpad, or if you are going to sign it using your mobile phone, you can just draw on your mobile phone. So that is how it tries to capture the signature of that particular person. Okay, so it's a very beautiful implementation I came across using this intelligent capture. And everyone would have come across this, our Aadhaar card biometrics, isn't it? So the patterns of the fingers, pattern of the iris, all these things were really captured. And it is a very good implementation of having this intelligent capture everywhere. And this biometric attendance systems that we have in our, what most of the organizations, even in colleges, I think we have this. So we go for having our fingerprints there and then we give our attendance. So capturing information, right? Already you have a database, you capture the present information, compare it, and then decide whether you are the person or the not. Okay, so that is where the word intelligent plays, right? So intelligent capture. If you would have seen the example of this, what is that? Chandrayaan 2, okay, which was a failure. We people really were worried about when the rover couldn't be found, right? It was a failure at that particular point of time, and the people, we lost like we were very happy that it is going to land, and at the last 2 meters or 20 meters or something, it lost its control and it was not connected to our systems, space systems. And you know, after some 15 to 20 days, there was a guy from Coimbatore. I don't remember his name pathetically, but this guy, you know, he found where that rover was. And when people were asking about how it was possible for him to find out, because people at ISRO also did not do that. They just announced anybody who can find out where the rover has landed, it is welcome, because they were studying the entire universe at that particular point of time, and they gave this opportunity to everybody across India, across the world. And this guy, he went on capturing the images of moon. Okay, like 1 centimeter square, 1 centimeter square, 1 centimeter square. We have this Google Earth, isn't it? So he started capturing all the space, all the areas where the rover would have landed. Okay, and he just started comparing the data present in that particular place. Okay, how intelligent, you know. See the place, the normal pictures of that particular place in the moon will be having only certain data, right? Say, for example, that 1 centimeter square is populated with 1 GB of data. Let us take as an example. Okay. So the place where the rover was there, it was having almost some 20 GB of data. And that is the point where he found that, see, this is the exact place where you can find the rover. He said, he informed ISRO, and then they went on to mapping that area using their own, this latitude longitude technique. It's called the graphical method, right? Using that graphical method, they went on to map that particular area, and they were able to find it. And see, intelligent capture systems, it said yes. And it found the dimensions of that rover matching, almost some 80 to 85% matching with what India has sent it as the Chandrayaan-2 rover, right? So it was one amazing implementation area where we have this automation system, intelligent automation system functioning very beautifully, and human beings, like very young chaps, are able to understand how they work and then make use of it. Okay, so that was one very beautiful implementation. Intelligent process automation next. So here you have the decision making systems, isn't it? Like if you haven't seen, please go to the website of Pepperfry. Okay, Pepperfry is a furniture mart which has a website there, and whichever furniture you choose, you can fit into your room and see. Okay, so this automation, what happens is it tries to fit that picture. It's a very small picture actually, but what it does is, according to the dimensions of that particular room, it tries to manipulate, okay, manipulate the entire area, and it fixes it. Okay, this will be the length of this furniture, this will be the width of this furniture, this will be the height of this furniture in your room. So this is a decision making process. It will tell you which place it is better. So if you have a pillar or something standing before that particular furniture, it will say it is not possible to fix this furniture in this place. So where does this decision come from? Okay, so already you would have programmed that if you find any obstacles there in front of those objects, you cannot place it there. So that becomes the intelligent process automation system. You can very well verify it there. Okay, then customer communication management. Very beautifully, these people go for suggesting you all these things, what we call as the recommendation engines in all the websites today. So if you think that I want to purchase this thing, go for searching in this Amazon. You will be within next 10 minutes, you will be flooded with options. Okay, wherever you go, you open WhatsApp, you will have, you open Facebook, you will have, you open any social media, you will have all these suggestions. How are these systems communicating with these people? Right? So we talk about all the artificial intelligence algorithms put together into all these websites, making all these people think about what is to be done with this purchase or not. So customer communication management has become a very thematic process in this particular intelligent automation system. So they create one particular thing for everybody. Okay, and intelligently we came with another option. Okay, we were discussing, during my introduction, ma'am studied that I'm doing my PhD, right? So doing my PhD in data analytics only, and we were discussing with our professor, and we were trying to purchase some printer for our room, printer, scanner, and a single machine where we go for all these operations. And when we stopped this, all the brands, they started advertising to his mobile. And he got fed up. He asked us what to do. And we came up with a very beautiful suggestion. If it is if you want to escape from all these recommendations, so if you want to search one particular product, it registers, right? It records what you are searching, and it gives you so many options about it. Now you go for continuously searching different products. Okay, once you search for printer, once you search for scanner, once you search for a pen, once you search for a garment, once you search for a grocery, okay, now the system will get confused. It will not know where to go, which thread to capture. Okay, that has become the loophole for us. Now, whenever you want to purchase something on this Amazon, we try to find out or figure out what the price is, where the availability is, how much is the warranty, guarantee, all these things, and then we go for purchasing it physically sometimes, right? If it is available there in the stores. And so what happens today, if I want to escape from those recommendations, I just go for shopping some other thing, window shopping. Okay, so that has become a loophole in that customer communication management, but still it manages. Okay, it manages what the customer requires. Sometimes we get with wonderful options. Whatever we have searched for would not be so much wonderful, but whatever it has recommended would be probably upselling, but still that would be a very good product, right? So both are there, pros and cons. Automated retention on or destruction of records, it's very important which to keep and what not to keep, right? So automated retention, again you have to fix. I think if anybody is there from government departments, you might know that, like I was a revenue inspector for 3 years with the Tamil Nadu government service, and I did not like that job. That's why I came out again for teaching. Okay, during that particular period I had this knowledge, like what is to be retained and what is to be destroyed every year. Okay, we have certain records which are to be maintained for 10 years, some for 3 years, some for 5 years, some just for 1 month. Okay, some forever, like the survey documents, all these things. Now the governments have gone for automating all these things, like applying for all these certificates, applying for the what is that the survey documents, all such things, right? It has really automated all these things. Now what is to be retained, what is to be destroyed, it has to be there. And there is one particular word called power. Okay, power to sell or power to what buy all these things, and this is going to be a temporary arrangement, so that can be destroyed. Okay, that can be destroyed, but the documents related to the place and the entire transaction must not be destroyed. So automated retention of what is to be retained and what is to be destroyed is really made right now with this intelligent automation systems. Okay, it's good that even the governments have started following all these technologies in a very beautiful manner to implement such wonderful systems, right? So then we have this preventive maintenance. Again, operations people, you would have come across this maintenance system where we have this methodology to maintain the system before it breaks down or before it causes any damages to the entire production process. So preventive maintenance, again, this system will creep into that particular entire machinery. It checks for all the system's rightness or any faulty parts which are prevalent into that particular machine, right? So that is the preventive maintenance. Then we have the bill of materials creation. So these are certain examples where we have the intelligent automation systems coming in, right? And already in place also. So this is another beautiful place where the B of whatever we are talking about is right now. Okay, the blockchain, like we have the development tools already listed. I hope remembering Dr. Anuradha telling me that we had already the blockchain FDP conducted for the people, and need not be so very basic related to that. So I've just given a glimpse of what it is. But again, the details follow, right? The block development tools for blockchain, we have Get, Mist, Remix, Solidity, Complex, which is very prevalent. If you study Solidity and if you're capable of using Ethereum platform for developing your code, then your blockchain is ready, right? Your product, your cryptocurrency is ready. So that is how the platforms go, right? Then you have the testnet. Okay, so based upon the usage of the algorithms, I mean the consensus algorithms that we are going to have, we have different platforms and we have different tools that we have for this blockchain. right? So the platforms, again, listing with the Ethereum, Hyperledger, electro-optical system, Hedera hash graph, and these systems we can go for. I'll be explaining all these a little bit. Okay, so what is in the future? What is related to the security of these blockchain transactions in the future? So this is where people try to understand the security of Bitcoin regulations against a phishing attack. So what is a phishing attack is, some people who are really malignant about those transactions, they enter into the system, they break open, like we physically break open something, they break open the entire system of automation, and then they grab all the information out of it for their own use, right? They want something to be stopped. They want something to malfunction. Okay, they want something to be destroyed. So all these things, these malicious attempts, right? They are becoming the greatest fear of all these people. And then next is going to be the illegal trading platforms like blockchain. I think you all know that you have one person who wants to transfer his money. There is another person who wants to get that particular money. Nowadays, I mean, probably we have at present the banks acting as an intermediary for all these transactions. And this blockchain has really made everybody to transfer money directly. So like what we are doing in WhatsApp, but still in WhatsApp also we are making use of the bank details, isn't it? From which account my money has to be transferred to which account of the receiver. But still, this is not going to be the entire scenario of having any intermediary in between. So that is going to be the greatest challenge of like having all these things regulated. If something personal is happening between the two people, nobody can enter inside, isn't it? No meaning of having an intermediary there. But it is not going to be the sales of very petty things. They are transferring money from one country to another country, right? Which involves all this foreign currency and the values that are fluctuating, and we have all this stocks, options, futures, all these things coming in, and the money value of all these things are going to be recorded somewhere where it is becoming legalized, right? When these are not followed anywhere, and it becomes this illegal trading platform. So I may be exchanging money with what is the problem there is? See, all the people, the terrorists, okay, they get their funds getting transferred using this blockchain right now. So that has become the greatest concern, right? Why this is going to why is this should be supported by every government. So it is neither going to be a profit for the parent, the country from where the money is getting transferred, or it's not going to be beneficial for the country into which the money flows in. So definitely these illegal trading platforms are not going to be supporting to the entire economy of the countries. So that's why people are really saying no to this blockchain. Okay, and since there are no regulating bodies there, that the volume of the transaction is unknown. Okay, then whether it is really the hard-earned money, I mean, whether it is a white transaction or a black transaction, again it comes there, right? The black money transaction, if it is going to happen, then everybody can exchange money with anyone, right? So that is going to be the highest concern. So till now we are unable to figure out whether it is going to be a white money transaction or a black money transaction. So that's not going to be very legal, right? So that's another problem you are facing right now. Using the third-party software, this is another beautiful challenge with the people. We have all these payment gateways, right? Whenever we purchase something, the website will be there. It again goes to another payment gateway where it gets connected to the bank. And there are three parties involved right now. There is the buyer, and you have the platform from which you are going to buy, the owner of that particular platform. And then you have the payment gateway, which is going to be a software which connects this website and the bank. And all these are vulnerable. No security. Okay, any server can be really hacked and all the information can be grabbed. So when such a security issue is there, how are we people really supporting this third party software? That is the question everybody is having. But what is the advantage of having this is we can have someone like a witness for what we are doing. Say for example, if I have a transaction done on Amazon, I will have a screenshot, isn't it? I will have a page where I have paid that money from from my account, isn't it? So that is the advantage, but we still have this disadvantage of taking out fishing out information and then money out of anybody's account. So third party software, it can play both the roles, again pros and cons. Keys for the accounts, again this is also another great problem we have with the blockchain. So whenever a person is creating an account for this blockchain, definitely he is going to have a key for his own account. Like we have this what is that key for our accounts? Like if you open a GPay, you are requested for a keys, and similarly you have keys for all the accounts. And if we are concerned about the transactions which are happening in a very small scale, let us think about the transactions which are happening in lakhs and millions. Like 1 Bitcoin is equal to 1 lakh, 1,50,000, something like that. So the hard-earned money is really put into as an investment in buying these Bitcoins and all the varieties of Bitcoins that we come across today, right? But what happens when the accounts are going to be hacked by people who can really hack open the entire system and get the key? Again, security is a concern there, right? Then the user perplexity. I don't know what to do with the platform. I try to open it, work around it. I will be providing all my information into it. Suddenly the website closes. Perplexity. I don't know how to handle it. And if you are trying to get the information from others, people will not know, because you yourself will be experimenting into that particular website where other people have not yet experimented on, or they have not set their hands on. And then if you are trying to get some information about those websites, you will never get information from anybody, right? So in such sort, users do not know what to do. And now happens this data breach. Okay, it will get your what Aadhaar number, finished. Okay, social security number, finished. All your bank accounts are attached to it. All your PAN numbers are attached to it. Voter ID is attached to it. Everything we are trying to attach, isn't it? Income certificate, community certificate. I think everything will get attached in the future. In that case, what happens is data is present everywhere right now. If you know the Aadhaar number, you can get the information from anywhere and you can operate from anywhere, globally available. Okay, so there was a recent incident, right? One person, it was reported in television. One person, he got his account depleted out of some 40 lakhs. 40 lakhs in 2 days. And you know, he kept on receiving some messages. Okay, so but he didn't heed to those messages, like this money is debited from your account, this money is debited. He didn't care that message. Okay, the next day when he checked his account, the 40 lakhs was missing. And when they tracked this, they found the transaction was done from Malaysia. Okay, so it is not bounded to any geographical locations right now. Earlier it was like some, I do not want to mention that particular state, but everybody, there is an area from that particular state where people keep on requesting for the OTPs that come to the system or to the mobile, and they steal money from everybody's account online, right? So this is going to be the user perplexity. Are we really going to make use of these platforms for investments, exchanging money, making use of all these facilities available for our future? Okay, or is it going to really help the economic development of a country? All these questions are still questions. Okay, there are no proper replies or answers from anybody of the people who are really dealing with this blockchain. Okay, so then we have this development platforms like I have time, right, ma'am? 6:33. Okay. Okay, we have this get.
How long would you like to take, madam? Another 15?
No, I'll just rush through these tools, ma'am. I don't want to explain all these things they are a bit technical, so I'll just rush through
But
these.
still, you're trying to make it, it's happening next door to us. So that's
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So this is going to be one tool which is missed, and see all these development tools and the platforms, they differ based upon the consensus algorithm. So consensus, I know this blockchain, it is happening only because of the yes nod given by everybody, right? If you have 10 people who has to sanction that particular file valid, and all these people have to give a nod, okay, it's like that. So you have 10 different agencies which are going to handle one particular record and say, yes, it is valid. And this consensus algorithm is different for different platforms and different tools. Okay. If I have 10 persons, see, I may think about a 2/3 majority, like our constituency, right? If you have 2/3 majority, you are very well free to form the government, right? So you can go for having a 6 to 7%. If they say yes, this is a valid document, no, the no's of that particular document is not valid right now. So the consensus, I think you know the meaning of this word consensus. It is saying yes, isn't it? The entire assembly is saying yes to that particular thing. So that consensus, if it differs, the percentage differs. As I told you, it may be 2/3 in one algorithm, it may be 3/4 in another algorithm. One it's 80%, one it is 90%. And as you want to increase the security of that particular transaction, this percentage of saying yes keeps on increasing. Okay, so that is where we have these words, the smart contracts, these ether tokens, and then the platforms of this blockchain happening. Okay, so ether is going to be the token which is a representative of our money, right? Smart contracts or the contracts, like two people are going to make it, but these contracts work on themselves. Okay, nobody is there to implement it. Nobody is going to check for it. Say, for example, if you have an insurance company and if a person is going to take an insurance policy, this information about the policy is fed into the system. This person goes and purchases the insurance policy. And after some 16 years or 25 years, whichever is the maturity period, this person will get the money automatically, right? So what are all the documents that are to be submitted? Are all these documents related to that particular person? Say yes for all these things. All the 10 people will say yes. Then only it will then only it will become valid in case of a physical verification. But here that is the problem. If 8 people say, I know this person, 2 people say, I don't know this person, just 2 people do not know who this person is. Let us go with the sanctioning this particular thing. It becomes valid right now. Now, if it is going to be a document which was forged, then the security becomes a question again. That 2% invalidity would be the real scenario. In that case, the algorithm fails. Okay, so in such situations only we had all these consensus algorithms developed through this period of time. Like for the past 10 to 15 years, we have been developing these algorithms, right? So these algorithms slightly change in their specifications, that's all, for making the smart contracts work. Okay, so mist is one particular tool like that. And then the next one is remix. So you have all these parts there in remix, like analyzer, you have the library, okay, debugging part, and then the testing part, and then the implementation part, and then the solidity part. So solidity, I told you, it is another software using which you can code for the blockchain to create a cryptocurrency. Okay, so that is how it goes. So this remix analyzer will be using the data input, like which is called as a block. Okay, what we call as a record is called as a block here. That's all. Now, very simple. Okay, so it analyzes that particular block, checks with its library already present. If it has all the information there, so then say yes. If it is not present there, then send the information to the user. Please send me this information about you. It is not present in the application. So that is why it is not possible to process your application right now. So send these data within 2 or 3 days, we will be able to process your loan application or whatever it is, right? So that is how it goes, debugging. Then testing. Again, after those 15 days or 20 days, again the process will start, whether all the information are ready for that particular application. So if it is ready, it goes on, else it gets rejected, right? So that tests how it goes. Then the dimensions, all the implementation dimensions. Thus, this particular application is fit into this particular area. So you can't go and get a loan from a foreign bank, isn't it? Which is located somewhere in other soil. You have to get it only from India. So such sort of dependencies, you have to go for checking it. So that is remix dependency. Then remix solidity. So solidity is another platform from which you can develop a blockchain program. And this remix and solidity are going to have a handshake. Okay, so how they are compatible with each other for creating the cryptocurrencies. That is what we are going to use using this remix, right? So Solidity compiler, as I have told you already, this is the most used platform for developing the cryptocurrencies. It's very easy, they say. So for all the encoders who are C++ is the coding platform. It's very easy, right? C, if you know C++ is very easy. And so any person who has a basic programming knowledge can definitely go into blockchain coding. So that's how it goes. And many of the sites, we have plenty of sites. There you have the code itself. They deliberately display the code itself. You go copy that particular code and then paste it into Solidity compiler. It will create a cryptocurrency. But the thing is, if one person fixes the value of one particular cryptocurrency, say for example, I have created a cryptocurrency in the name of Kripa Nagini. Okay, KN, let me say KN coin. Okay, very nice coinage. Okay, let me say it is KN coin. I fix the value of one KN coin as 5 lakhs. Okay, the next person, he can come and copy the entire code, create another currency with a value, say for example, another EN, okay, EN currency, EN coin. That EN coin will have only 50,000 value. Now see, people, we are always moving towards the products which are accessible to us, right? For 50,000, if you are capable of buying one coin, people will go for investing in it. If it is possible for buying only 3 lakh, with 3 lakhs, they will come for buying my coin, isn't it? Now what happens? People will rush towards that Bitcoin. All right, and there are plenty of advertisements where where the people go on insisting that invest in Bitcoins, invest in Bitcoins. See, government has not given any regulatories at all, right? There are no regulations. Nobody knows which Bitcoin is very efficient, which platform is very efficient, which person is really conducting a very good business. Nobody knows. It is really a matter of fact that any software developer can venture into creating a blockchain, I mean the cryptocurrency using this blockchain platform, and then become a millionaire. Very easy. You develop one coin for 50,000. Now let us say 20,000. Anybody can purchase a coin, right? Remember the population of our India, right? People are earning so much today, and every month one coin done, isn't it? After some 5 years, the person who has sold those coins, Bitcoins, would be a billionaire. He will go away with the money. We do not have any regulatory bodies to get that money back. So that is the problem with all these people, the developers, the platforms, all these things, right? So then we have this testnet. These are all technically okay. If I give a program, if I test for its functionality, if it is working fine, it is a success. But what is the implication that does it have for the business and the commerce industry? That is what has to be the key point, that any technology is which is going to emerge in this area has to think about, right? As I have told you in the very first part of this presentation, we have all the technologies landing up only in business at the last point, because most of us are not researchers, most of us are not scientists. We don't know what happens at the background at all. It's all black box. We don't know what happens. So all these technologies are really present in front of us. We don't know what the name is. That is the problem. So blockchain testnet, it is another platform again, which is going to test whether the money is transferred or not. See, we have very beautiful platforms right now. This GPay, PhonePe, all these things, right? Sometimes when the servers are not functioning properly, this information, they get displayed. See, your money is not debited from your bank account. Please check for the status of your transaction. Next time you will get another message like, your money is debited from the bank account, but your receiver's bank is not responding. Check out for 3 working days whether the money is getting redirected to your account or not. So such different things are happening, right? So that is another example of this testnet functionality. Okay, then this is the platform, the Ethereum platform. So this is what I told you. This is going to be an open source software where people can use that Solidity, that tool, to develop one unit of that currency. Okay, I told you Ether is that token, that currency, isn't it? So Ether is going to be that currency. Ethereum is going to be the platform in which it is developed. Okay, it is the environment where it is developed. Like if I want to manufacture this mobile, I need a place, isn't it? I need all the components, physical components. I need people to assemble them. So this Ethereum is one such environment where you have all the very big servers which act as the nodes for every person who is developing that particular token, right? So this is one mobile, this is one brand, isn't it? If I have one more mobile, that will be coming from another brand. So Ethereum is a platform. It is an environment where we go for developing different brands. Components will be the same, platform will be the same. Use Solidity, create an account, go for this platform, create your own Bitcoin, float it in the market, become a millionaire. That's all. Very shortcut. I hope everybody, all the students who are very much interested in this e-finance, they can definitely venture into developing all such things and become billionaires right now. Right. So this Hyperledger is another platform where we can go for developing this. This is based upon this proof of elapsed time consensus algorithm. So the earlier one, we had it as proof of work. Okay, here we are using proof of elapsed time. So just rushing through all these things because they are too technical. Probably you would have heard these words, so I'm not much insisting on these things. Right. So this is again, this is another fantastic platform. Okay. See, in the earlier one, we were using proof of, right? In the second one, we were using proof of elapsed time. And you know this, what these people do, Hyperledger Fabric, they pick up components from this, pick up component from this, again they merge it together, like the weft and warp of a fabric. Okay, for a few features from this, few features from this, make a fabric, and that becomes a platform again. You know in which consensus platform this is present, in which consensus that platform is present, nobody knows. People will forget very easily in the future. So only those people who really built this component, like the platform, will ever know what are all the discrepancies there in that particular platform. So that is the headache of every developer. Okay. And then we have this electro-optical system where again you have this one is a what to say, this is a proprietary platform. Like it's a proprietary platform. It's not used by everybody. It's used only by that particular company, Block.one. Okay, so this is another blockchain platform. It's going to support all the decentralization. See, blockchain, it is always talking about dApps only. No one particular person has the centralized authority to control anything. That is the major concept, which is the backing concept of this entire blockchain, right? See, if someone has to regulate it, that will be the center of authority, right? I don't want the center of authority. I want to remove that center of authority. So that is why it is becoming a decentralized application, right? So there they are again having all these smart contracts made with all the tokens that are to be used. everything happens, right? So it is only proprietary for that particular company. Then is the Hedera hash graph, right? Hash is another beautiful technique where we go for selecting one particular token and then increasing or decreasing its value. See, when you have the economic situation in one particular country, really supporting the stocks and shares, apprehending in their value and then decreasing in their value, this is going to be a wonderful place. Like you can really go for predicting what is happening in the market. If a president is changing, stocks will go down and then again they will rise the next day when the president has come to the new president has come to the office. And then if someone goes out of the party, again the shares will go off, and then the next day when he joins the other party, it will come up. So all these situations are going to be the players in this place. But you know, this hash technique, they have a formula. Okay, every day, if they want to increase the value of that particular coin, they use this formula. You see, for one particular platform, if there are some 1,000 people who have used that particular platform, everybody will be having one coin. You have this hashing technique to pick up one particular value. Let me say a plus b the whole squared is my hashing function. Okay, a is going to be the beginning value, b is going to be the appreciating value. The what we call as the face value, right? 10 rupees is the face value. I give 100% as the b value, right? 10 plus 10 again, 20 square, so 400 rupees. So which is the, sorry, not 400 rupees, 400th person. I said 1,000 people are there, isn't it? So 400th person. Now you pick up 2 as the next index. 2 plus then what, 100% of this one now. Then you will have 20 plus 20, 40 square, you will have 1,600. 1,600 is not available. So it will come to a reverse. So this is the technique, hashing technique. Okay, very randomly they use a particular function to choose what is functioning, what is not functioning. Okay, so your the saying validity, okay, the validity of that documents which are going to use in that particular platform. Again, if this person gives yes, that person may not give yes. This person falls into the hashing function, then it is valid. If the person is not falling into the hashing function, then the document is not valid. See, it all changes because of the hashing function. So again, this is also not having any security aspects at all. Okay, so this is the what we call the comparison table of all the cryptocurrencies which are available right now in the market, right? The utility tokens, like you have if you purchase for 1,000 rupees, 200 rupees, you get a gift token. For next time you have to purchase for 1,000 rupees and then you can use deduct this 200 rupees. What is followed in this Reliance Trends, you get this gift tokens, right? Very beautiful technique. You purchase for 2,000 rupees, you will get coupons for some 200 rupees or 300 rupees something. If you want to use this 300 rupees, go again purchase for 2,000 rupees. Who's the loser? Right, so that is how the utility tokens operate. And this bitcoins also, you see, they keep on operating in the same pattern. If you buy 1,000 tokens, after some 1 month of time, you will get a 20% what value appreciated. In case if you purchase another 1,000, you know now what happens? Within 2 months, these people will sell 2,000 coins, and the purchaser, okay, the purchaser will think that he will get 200 plus 200, 400 coins more, and he will purchase. That is the utility token, right? Security tokens, these are related to the security of the entire currency regulations, okay? So all the governments, most of the countries, they have issued some sort of regulation for having some regulations in these financial transactions. But India, it is still opposing, okay? RBI has really opposed this one. It doesn't want at all, because we have plenty of problems here with terrorists everywhere in every state. So it does not want to have this blockchain and the cryptocurrency. combined together within India. If you want to use this distributed ledger system, use for something else, use this technology for something else, but not for financial transactions. That is the lead given by RBI. So we cannot go for handling all these things legally in India. So then we have the payment tokens for goods and services outside and inside the platform. Again, as I told you in the first example only, it's going to be a discounted one, but here in the payment tokens, if you pay this much thing, you will get some gift of some 5 tokens or 5 coins. So that is going to be an addition, right? So always people go beyond this extra, right? So that is the technique, that is the psychological point where this cryptocurrency people are really hacking the minds of every person who wants to invest its hard-earned money. Okay, and then the exchange tokens, this for that, right? You give me what, $100, I will give you 100, the equivalent rupees, 70 rupees. If it is going to be today's exchange rate, I will give you that much amount, equivalent amount, but no bank transaction involved, no other platforms involved, no other intermediaries involved. So this is the point there in exchange tokens. So this is the point where the government is also very much concerned. If the foreign currency is going to be involved, then we are not going to support that particular transaction. Next is the non-fungible tokens. There again, it's not going to be like the real money. It may support the barter system also. That is really unimaginable. And the organ trafficking, all these people, whatever they are doing internationally, which we will be really scared of to hear even, or based upon this non-fungible tokens. That's why India is really rejecting it, and we have to stand, I think. So future of data analytics, the last D of our presentation, automation of data analytics. See, we are all talking about data science, right? Data analytics has passed its period, and data science is going to be the next step. So we have streaming data. Okay, we have streaming data. So once when it is going to be like a static data, it is used for data analytics. When it is going to be streaming data, it is again getting into data analytics, data science. Okay, so that's where the smart cities which we are planning for are fitted up with sensors, and it continuously produces information. It is already implemented with the IIPM, this Indian Institute of Plantation Management, and they read the growth of the plants, the productivity of the plants, all these things based upon the sensors that are fit into that area, agricultural areas, right? And then we have all these cloud platforms getting into data analytics for supporting the enormous amount of big data getting generated. Okay, so that is one of the components which will people really look into for implementation. Machine learning and deep learning, we have talked everything. Mostly all people are hearing these words. Let me not go into it very deep. Quantum computing, it is evolving. At Bangalore, we have this quantum computer getting built, and we are now working with only zeros and ones. But this quantum computing, it is going to take up all the states between 0 and 1. All positive, but still what happens is you may not know at which percentage it is lying. So quantum computing, if it is getting implemented, we will not know what volume of data will be generated. That is the quantum. Okay, like a universe, like our universe, the data will be generated. So we are really looking forward for the applications on which we are going to have this quantum computing. So metaverse, as I have explained to you earlier, it's going to have either the augmented or the virtual reality implemented into it, right? So at last, the final concern of everybody, the data security challenges. So the links I have given, you can find. So these many patients are attacked, the information are attacked from this particular website, that particular website, sold online, no data security, known for the vulnerabilities everywhere. So if you have something already in the digital format, there is no surety at all that your data is secure. If you connect it to internet, then it is gone. Okay. So based upon all these problems, all these challenges, we have come across so many challenges like this. We have n number of articles related to all these things. What are we supposed to do as a solution, right? So data backup. If your company is dealing with something, have a proper backup. Then data archiving, have a store like a record room, have a store for all these things. See, sir, even when you have archives, you may not even go for having all the components that you have for archiving as a long lasting ones. So earlier we started with the floppy disk, no more there. CDs, no more there. We ended up with having all the pen drives. We don't know when those pen drives will have all the viruses creeping in, and then the data will be lost. So data security is not at all going to be feasible until we have these people who are hacking it. Okay, so there's no point in dreaming about having a secure data at all, dreaming in having a secure system at all. So that is going to be the statement, right? Disposal of data. Who can access what data? Again, there are hackers who can get into any of the IDs and then hack those data. So disposal of data is also a problem. Location security. Are you in India? Amazon asks, isn't it? If you go for ordering something which is available in US, you are not possible to get it. Location security is there, but still, what is the point in having that security? Okay, so your account number or your data which is attached to the Aadhaar card, it is accessible in some other country. So location security is also not there. These are all the places where still the developers are working continuously. Okay, today if you say that one algorithm is there which is 200% stronger than the earlier algorithm, no, the next day another hacker says, what meant 200%? See, just now I have hacked your algorithm. Everybody will be there. Redundant utilities keep on doing the same thing. That is what is that. So I will have version of this one, the version number 1, introduced in the month number 1, version number 2 introduced in the month number 2, version number 3 introduced in the month number 3. What is the implication now? The version 1 and 2 are not secure. The 3, it will become insecure in the 4th month. That is going to be the problem, right? So we are still backing up all our algorithms, all our heads together, put together to develop such solutions for all these sort of problems, which are highly highly affecting the economy of the country. So that is the greatest challenge. So all these topics, what we have seen so far, the technologies of blockchain, technology of cryptocurrency, automation, everything is generating data. How are we going to save it? That is the biggest question that we have always. So the defense mechanism we are really maintaining or trying to maintain for all these things, or not physical, not online, not virtual. We are yet trying to creating another one environment where it is again going to be coined with a new word, I suppose. Okay, so even as Dr. Smita Sana has rightly put it, even though we do not have the information relevant to our knowledge, okay, it is becoming relevant because we are operating with it. Okay, so that is the relevance that we have, ma'am, really with whatever you do. When you say bank, when you say finance, when you talk about money, when you talk about transaction, everywhere we get connected. It is not that you are not relevant to this one. Please be aware that everybody who's there in the platform, please be aware that we are all vulnerable to all these hacks and attacks. So at one end, when we are talking about the technology, which is very high end, the other end, it's a question mark again. Okay, and I wanted to say thank you for this beautiful coinage of the word Manasa. I'm obsessed with this name actually. So it's a very beautiful word. It's the name of a snake, right? It's the name of a snake. So Nagini, my name connected to that name actually. So thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm open to the questions now.
Yeah, that's been wonderful. I have no words to even thank you. My job will be taken by Suma, who has to give the vote of thanks. But much prior to that, request the audience to unmute to have any Q&A. In case you're unable to unmute, you can please share your queries in the chat box, for which I can read it out to ma'am for your for clarification. In fact, towards the end, Madam, I wanted to ask, in fact, what you said, that Dr. Smita Asthana said, I'm not relevant, or I'm something which is not my domain. She had a few points to add because she's a professor in chemistry. Probably she felt this is all about, one's understanding when I say blockchains, cryptocurrencies, data analytics. Maybe 2 years back, we too felt that accounting and commerce have no relevance. We thought this all techies job. We have no say. We don't need to understand. But at the end of the day, all these have invaded our lives because, as you said, it is money, it is our banking system, and anything that we transact online. So nobody is left behind during the times of yes, and we need to. This is not accounting and finance, but otherwise, for everybody needs to understand these simple concepts of automation in our day-to-day lives. Transacting with money and the financial sector. So, as you said towards the end, the subject is evolving. Every morning, something is written. By next day, it is eroded or somebody hacks, and again is put for challenge. So it is a subject of our students. We need to be aware and we need to incorporate these in our career. So definitely these concepts are to be understood by all of us. As telling you, I was going through the various emerging trends in the market to understand how to frame for the FDP. In everything, this concept in the last it's inside security is one such topic which is trending, and every day everybody needs to understand that. So, ma'am, as a student of accounting and finance, what is that you basically suggest for us to? Maybe I don't understand the technology, but what is that you suggest that we need to make it a part of our curriculum, not only for.
Oh. Has she got disconnected?
Yeah, ma'am. I'll just cross check.
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am was disconnected because of some technical glitch, ma'am. Ma'am's question was that what are the concepts we can include in our curriculum in order to implement, see the commerce students has to grab some information about this, what concepts we can be included in our curriculum?
Ma'am, as faculty, I would suggest this RP and blockchain itself as a paper to be included because accounting and finance, it is all related to financial transactions and it is already in place. You have all the financial institutions following only blockchain technology and even insurance, not only this accounting and finance areas. All the investment managers, they are taking up this. See, basically, we will have this blockchain wherever you have document verification. So these places you can really include in your syllabus. No, if not to be very technical, like to develop code or something, they can just go for understanding how these documents get verified and how they are validated. And students who are somewhat oriented towards science and technology will find it very interesting to study these things. May not stuff them with this algorithms and security, all these stuff, but still the basic implementation would be very good for you to implement it there, include in your syllabus also.
Is it done?
Okay, ma'am, I'll convey. Ma'am is trying to rejoin, ma'am. Suma, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes. Will you, ma'am, you can give the vote of thanks. Ma'am is trying to rejoin.
Yeah. Yes. Is technology a boon or a bane? So on behalf of St.Ann's College Management and St. Pius College of Management and Department of Commerce, I propose vote of thanks for session 1 on RPA and ABCD. First of all, I thank our eminent resource person for the day, Ms. Iruba Nagini Raju, trainer, Data Analytics, Miles Foundation, Chennai, for a valuable insights on RPA and applications of ABCD in the industry, and also illustrations and also exhibiting the illustrations with real-time examples. Thank you, ma'am, for taking your time out and sparing your precious time and also giving valuable inputs on the development platforms and also the tools and techniques of ABCD. Thank you, ma'am. I express my profound gratitude to Dr. Sister P. Amruta, Principal, St.Anne's College for Women, for gracing the occasion and also giving the welcome address and declaring the FDP open and focusing on change, the business change. And I also thank Reverend Sister Velangani, Principal, St. Pius Degree and PG College, for partnering for this FDP. I thank Dr. Smita Asthana for a presidential address and also focusing and emphasizing on the relevance of technology, which is the need of the hour in future. I thank our HOD, Mrs. T. Anuradha, Department of Commerce, St.Anne's College for Women, and Mrs. G. N. Lakshmi, HOD, St. Pius College, St. Pius Degree and PG College, for their meticulous planning and organizing this FDP to keep pace with the changing and dynamic business world. I also thank our Director of ICT, Mrs. T. Aparna, Computer Science Department, St.Anne's College for Women, for technical free virtual smooth conduct of this session. And I also thank Mrs. Santoshi Rupa, Department of Commerce, Computer Science Department, for a technical support and assistance. Last, I thank all the virtual participants of both the colleges, St.Anne's College and St. Pius College, for your patient listening. Hope this session on RP and ABCD is a takeaway as food for thought, which is the need of the hour. Thank you all, and I will end this session by thanking all the faculty members of our department, St.Anne's College for Women and St. Pius, who have really contributed their might toward this organizing this FDP. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Suma, for that quick vote of thanks. And Madam Kiruba, sorry if I had been pronouncing your name wrong. I was just wondering, did I get it right?
Kripa Nagini, yeah.
Kripa Nagini, right,
Yes,
right.
yes.
So Kripa Nagini, madam, we had met on Saturday, thanks to Miles Education's conclave. I had a direct word with her. We had a long talk and felt the relevance of introducing the subject to the faculty and our students. Ma'am, it was really wonderful listening to you. The whole of 1 hour, I was thinking it will be bored. I'll be bored and it will be off my head. But when you connected, you know, the day-to-day events and the subject, I told you, right, I was feeling like it was happening next to me in the next corner or in the next room or in the next house. So the relevance of it is very, very important. Thank you once again, ma'am. Looking forward for another session on Saturday with you. So let me discuss with you in length. And thank you all the participants. for your patience since the start of this session. So we take leave for today. You can join in for tomorrow's day 2 session. I'll keep posting in the WhatsApp group. Thank you again. We take leave, madam. So hope to connect with you at the earliest. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for the opportunity. Thanks to me also to make me to be with you all, to be with the academia is always a dream for me. So that's why I'm in teaching
I can see
again.
the passion. I can see it
so
in
much,
you.
ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, all the participants. We close the meeting. Rupa, can you wind up, ma'am? Rupa? I think we lost connections. We've been having back-to-back virtual seminars. So probably there's some issue. So we close it, ma'am. I'll take leave.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll meet
Yeah,
on
ma'am.
3rd
Yeah, ma'am.
December.
We'll meet again. We'll connect again. Yeah, I'm leaving.